Good evening. We pick up with Spyro, roughly where we left off last week. The level that I'm currently in is the second hub world and is 100% complete, so I just have to find a sub-world that I haven't done yet. I think last time I finished on the boss fight. But I also feel like there was probably at least one more thing that I hadn't done. Maybe it was the Speedway. Speedway sounds about right. Get juked, nerd. I'm feeling ever so slightly under the weather tonight. Hopefully I'll be able to keep playing for the entire duration of stream. If not, it is what it is. Health takes priority. Oh, I have done this. Yeah, health takes priority, and I don't think I'd be particularly entertaining if I was just whimpering the whole time anyway, so... Oh, there it is. In my head I was like, oh no. The speedway's gotta be at the very bottom. That was not the case. I've done Dry Canyon. I think there was like a little divot in the ground around here. And there was a portal down there.
I can't believe how fast you found so much stolen treasure. Hop aboard for the Magic Crafter's world if you're ready.
I'm gonna sit here just until I'm completely certain that I've done everything. Okay, I haven't done the Ice Cavern. Let's do this. Also, Spyro is back in his cool shades, as is appropriate. I must confess a slight fondness for ice and snow. I'm Canadian, on some level I belong here. This man has no shirt on, and I should warm him up as a courtesy.
Word of caution, little one. Wait until you grow big, like me, before charging those large enemies.
I like how that guy's all, like, self-confident, but, like, he had to get rescued by the runty dragon. Maybe that's why he feels the need to assert his strength. I say as I proceed to get demolished. It's okay though, these things happen. You know, I'm looking at those treasure chests, and with the gems, like, encrusted on them, I feel like smashing them open is kind of a waste. I'll have to come back here later with a key.
Spyro, some big Norks up ahead are wearing armor. And in the ice cave, armor can make their feet very slippery.
I like the cheeky little smirk that Spyro had there for a second as he concocted a devious plan. I may have just screwed myself out of an extra life by mistake. Oh well. I also like how the first dragon was just like, hey, don't charge big guys. But then the solution is to charge the big guys. Sometimes you just have to be a brat, I guess.
Thank you for releasing me.
Not much of a talker, but he doesn't have to be, I suppose. A simple thank you is more often than not truly enough. It's nice to express earned gratitude, both as the person doing the expressing and as the person it's being expressed to. Things are just nicer when people are nice to each other. Okay, I'll get this dragon first.
Thanks for freeing me, Spyro. And now, where was I?
I wonder if the implication there is that that's like an elderly dragon who perhaps needs somebody to like help him do things, and I just let him wander off. Oops, if true. Gemstones hanging out on top of poles like they're Chaos Emeralds. Obama chuckled. I don't think I can ever think about the Chaos Emeralds without thinking about the Obama meme too. I know that Obama was like aware of the Thanks Obama meme. I wonder if he knows about the Obama chuckled meme.
You've done well, Spyro. Some dragons thought you weren't ready, but I knew they were wrong.
I'm ready, all right. Ready for what?
Every dragon? Wonderful. I was just thinking to myself, if I was at like Obama's level of like being spoken about, I would probably Google myself semi-regularly just to see what people were saying. But then I thought to myself, oh, like Obama specifically? The kinds of things that people sometimes say about him, I think I would avoid Googling myself. Just that way lies sadness. Nothing to be gained there. A bunch of extra lives up there, but I'm not sure how to get there. Never Google yourself? I have Googled myself, but nobody's talking about me. Maybe someday. The most noteworthy person that shares my name that I found was a contestant on MasterChef some years ago. You talk about me all the time to my face. I mean, yeah, but like, it's nice to be spoken to, but it's also nice to be spoken about. To like persist in people's thoughts after you've ceased influencing them directly. Using the word influence there kind of makes me feel a little bit manipulative, but like, if I can stick around in your head, that's... what's the word? It's a nice thought. At least to me it is. Oh, there's the key, and there's a couple of gems as well. If I can get up there, I can get down there. So the question becomes, how do I get up there? I could have sworn that there was a mechanic where if I stood on a checkpoint, I could teleport to any other checkpoint that I'd activated. But I might be confusing this game with another one. Oh, you know what it is? Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm confusing it with Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh, mistakes were made. I'm kind of surprised that I failed to notice that the key was visible from the point of view of the box that it opens. Accidentally paused the game. Whoops. Oh, and there's a couple of gemstones right there. I'll have to grab those on my way back up to the box. So yeah, a couple of gemstones on those pillars, let's say 30 in the box. That should be the entire level. Also, I feel like this game probably got the updated controls from 2 and 3, like the remake version. Because I remember Spyro 1 being substantially wonkier to control. I think the biggest thing was that you could only control the camera with the shoulder buttons rather than the right stick. Didn't port over the flap. Oh, you mean like the little bit of extra like wing hover that you can get at the end? Oh, Dan Tiger X, welcome. You've arrived at a lovely time, basically right at the start of the stream. Pleased to meet you. We're just playing through Spyro, which is one of my all-time favorite games. Okay, I think that's everything in the second hub. If not, I can always circle back around.
I can't believe how fast you found so much stolen treasure. Hop aboard for the Magic Crafter's world if you're ready.
I am, in fact, ready. You got the remastered version, your cousin has all the olds. Yeah, like, they're all really good. I actually... So, like, I had the originals on, like, the PlayStation 1. Why is my left hand doing this? Stop that. So I had the originals on the PlayStation 1. I got the originals the second time on PlayStation 3 because I had lost the original discs. And then I got the remastered version on Steam, which is what I'm currently playing. And every single time I've played through this game, it has been an absolute delight from front to back. Except for these guys. I don't like these guys. I'll kill him later.
Welcome to Magic Crafters. I want you to release the dragons, reclaim our treasure, and recover the eggs from those pesky blue thieves.
Well, I was already gonna do it, so I'm gonna keep doing it, but not because you told me to. Oh. I don't know if I can get up there. It's been a hot minute since I played this game, so the exact ways to do things are not necessarily the freshest in my mind. But I know that egg thieves are for incinerating. That is the proper way to treat them. The thought also crosses my mind that, like, with this being, like, the world full of dragons who know magic really well, could not one of them have parried Nasty's spell? Like, maybe he just, like, ganked them first or something, but, like... Maybe I'm just paranoid or something, but, like, I feel like if I lived in a world where this sort of thing was possible, I would just, like, have a spell up that blocked such things. 100% of first and second, trying to finish the third. Sorry, I'm being quiet because I'm trying to, like... I'm trying to think of a response that isn't, like, enthusiastically backseaty. I have a great fondness for Spyro 3. Shoes on the other foot, you're not wrong. are you having trouble 100%ing it, or are you just in the process of 100%ing it?
When you see arrows like these, you can charge along with them to begin a supercharge.
Supercharge? Excellent!
Go ahead, try it.
Fun fact, even though those cards, the faces of them, are never visible in cutscene, they all have unique designs written on them. Or drawn, I suppose.
This portal leads to a special place where you can learn to fly. I remember when I was a young dragon, earning my wings.
Learn to fly. Got it.
Leave it to the furries to be that detailed. It definitely gives off the impression that, like, they made the models first and then came up with the animations for them later. I enjoy being able to, like, extrapolate design process thought patterns from the actual design. You like the remastered version a lot? Yeah, mechanically, very smooth. I love that they put Spark's radar in 1 and 2. My one gripe is that they de-bratted Elora. Because in the original, when Spyro goes, "What are you, some kind of goat?" She goes, "I'm a fawn, you dork." But in the remake she goes, "I'm a fawn, you dork." It's substantially less bratty. In fact, she might not even call him a dork anymore. I can't remember. It's like, just let her be a brat. They kept Spyro's design to a key. It's a fun thing about that. If we come down here and we do this, they did in fact keep the old Spyro design.
Thank you
Oh, you're not an enemy.
for recovering so many of our dragon eggs. Hop aboard for the Beastmaker's world if you're ready. Would you like to go?
I think I'm gonna stay here. Being like, I love that they added all the classic cheat codes. Like big head and flat. Also yes, Skylanders Spyro. I don't want to have beef with Skylanders because, like, I try not to not like things and I haven't played it, so I can't really have an opinion on it. But, like, look at what they did to my void. It's like they were like, hey, so you know how Spyro's like a cat in the original? What if we made him a pug? And, like, don't get me wrong, pugs are adorable and sweet, but, like, Spyro's a dragon. Dragons are cats. Yeah, like, in all honesty, like, Skylanders is probably something that I would genuinely be like more enthusiastic about because I love physical toy tie-in stuff. Like, I was hugely into Digimon Tamers as a kid, for example. The thought of like having a device that you like interact with to cause something to happen in a video game is something that I have always found very charming. And so being able to like have a little toy and then have the toy come to life in a video game, like Chef's Kiss. But like, did they have to sacrifice Spyro to kickstart it? Oh, here we are. Right, hub world clear, now I can start chipping away at portals. Now, just thinking about that one Digimon MMO where you had to own a Digivice to play. But back then, my family didn't actually have an internet connection, so even though I got the Digivice, I couldn't play. And then, like, turn of the millennium, it ended service. Such is life. I keep meaning to get back into Digimon, because like I really liked it as a kid. But it's like, there's so much... I'm dead. There's so much Digimon media now, it's like, oh no, where do I start? Like, I might just go back to Tamers and Frontier. I just had a thought, like, because like in Frontier they like turn into Digimon. If you think about it, they basically predicted VTubing.
I hate those bugs. When I become big and strong like you, I'll squash them all.
Until then, remember that supercharge makes you invincible.
Oh no, mistakes have been made. Never mind, never punished. If only these friendly fairies were in every world. Like the Lakitu from Mario Kart. It's like, okay, foot off the gas pedal, come with us. And I'm just like, but I'm racing, how am I supposed to win if I break? I have to go fast. Do I choose wealth, or do I choose vengeance? There's probably a moral lesson in that one. Maybe I'm not supposed to jump from there. Sometimes you can have your cake and eat it too, I guess. As for you... I'll do a lap just grabbing all the gems. Wait, hold on. Why are the walls padded? Like they're padded like a comfy chair or a comfy sofa. Do the wizards like routinely just walk into walls? Actually, now that I say that out loud, that's probably exactly what it is. They're probably like walking around with like their heads in books, and then they just like walk into walls. Goodness knows that if I had a book full of like actual real magic, I would have my nose buried in it. Return the egg to me. It's mine now. Imagine if the one time I jumped into the... Damn. Imagine if the one time I jumped into the pit on purpose, the fairies were like... oh, on a cocoa break or something. Pardon me, sorry.
Try combining your supercharge with jumping and gliding, and really explore the high caves.
Those fairies are identical. I wonder if they, like, deliberately sought out, like, a position of some kind where they could all, like, work the same job. Or maybe fairies can just, like, freely choose their appearance. And they're just like, let's coordinate. Could go either way, really. Okay, what have I forgotten to do? Like, the fairies are just like, okay, preemptive. I know that there's the spiders I have to destroy. I feel like that wasn't the correct way to do this. And now the fairies are on a cocoa break. Okay, let's figure out a route. Like, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? Oh, there are the spiders. I guess I'll just try banking a hard left as soon as I get out of the cave. Well, that worked out well. I like how I ran directly towards that as if it wasn't going to, like, absolutely ruin my day. My confidence in Sparks is quite high.
Please do something about these green druids. They insist on moving everything in sight.
All things considered, not the worst thing a druid could be doing. Then again, I guess it depends on, like, the setting. Like, sometimes druids are just, like, really, really rude. Other times it's like, hey, can we just, like, not annihilate the entire forest? Okay, thanks. Sometimes all you need is a little bit of extra raw power. I wonder if that was magic, or if it was just because Spyro was, like, emotionally flustered. And now I'm envisioning a character that, like, carries around a photo album of, like, cringe childhood photos to provide a power boost in times of need. It's like, oh no, I wore that. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And there's photographic evidence of it. All things considered, that wasn't too bad. Let's get back to that ramp so I can get out of here. Slight side tangent, but I think it's kind of interesting how only when Sparks is blue, Sparks gives off rainbow particles. At any other state of health, Sparks gives off monochrome particles. but specifically when blue, they're rainbow. And I think it was like that in the original too. Can only hang up for a little bit, hope I'm having fun. I am having fun. Also, thankfully, it seems that my tummy has settled down, so... Oh, thank you for the hydrate. And thank you for the head pats. You know, my tummy's been upset all day, and it just barely finished calming down right before stream, which was serendipitous. Would have been nicer if it had never happened in the first place, but like... We take our W's where we can get them. There's a small moment of silence at the start of every level, which makes me, like, minorly concerned that something has happened to my headset. It's like, oh no, did the audio cut out?
Spyro, you're not afraid of those big, noisy, gigantic, awful beasts, are you?
Of course not.
Oh, good. I didn't think so.
So fun fact, in the same vein as the cards from the guy with the deck of cards, every individual book that a dragon carries, including the one that that guy had, has a completely unique, like, internal contents. Like, it's not just like one generic, like, page texture. They're all actively studying something completely distinct. The fact that he turned red means that his final moments were filled with regret.
Thank you for releasing me.
I like how that guy is using his own wings like a chalkboard. So many, like, clever creative designs. I'm a big fan. It's like writing a note on your wrist, except you got like an entire sheet with you. Two, even. You're not a fan of all the remake designs? Like, I think the only one that I actively think was a downgrade was Deep Ratting Elora.
Great work, Spyro. If you keep this up, you'll learn all the tricks of the Magic Crafter's world.
I love the detail that his wings were made of crystal, and his horns were like in the process of turning to crystal. Like, that's a seriously cool detail. I remember near the start of the level seeing a couple of other raised platforms with fireworks on them. Oh, there they are. I can probably reach those from here. Even if the Breath of the Wild does play Spyro before adding the glider, they don't really control the same at all. But potentially, everybody should play Spyro.
Remember that these blue thieves have stolen eggs outside the Magic Crafter's world as well.
Don't worry, I'll take care of them.
I like how Spyro 3 kind of like expands on the... what's the word? I like how Spyro 3 kind of expands on the Egg Thieves lore. Mostly by expanding on the lore of the dragon eggs themselves. It's like, why on earth would you ever want to steal a dragon egg when the direct result of that is angry dragons chasing you down and murdering you? The answer is because it's worth it. Oh no. You know, I could have freed that dragon and then I'd have a checkpoint there. Mistakes were made. Oh wait, yes I did. I just forgot that I did it. I forgot that I released that dragon. Speaking of things that, speaking of forgetting things that happened like less than 5 minutes ago, with any luck, this Friday I can finally get ADHD medication. So we'll see what happens if that happens. What true powers lay dormant within me, if I could focus for more than like 15 minutes at a time. Hoping it doesn't make me less funny on stream. I think that, oh hey, I think that the way that it works is you take it like actively before you choose to do something, rather than just think that you're on 24/7. Because I don't think I'd want to be on it 24/7. But like if I'm working, yes, absolutely, please. Let me keep working. I wish to be in the habit of drawing and stay in the habit of drawing. It's kind of funny. The other day, I decided to grab a cheap sketchbook with the idea being, okay, I'll try to fill one page of this every day. Like, doesn't matter what with, I'll just try to fill the page. If I have to scribble, then I have to scribble, but like, to do that would require opening it and pulling out like a writing implement, and at that point, may as well draw something. But when I went to do it, I reached for it, and a woman said, Ariel, don't touch that. And I was just like, excuse me, what? And I turned around, and she had what I presume was her daughter, who was also named Ariel, going by circumstantial evidence, who was what she was actually talking to. I did not deserve to make that jump, what the heck? But like, it really threw me off. Alright, there are people over there that I haven't murdered. Let's fix that. Shameful oversight, really. Get a little bit of extra height. I think it's kind of cool how the different wizards are like fighting with each other. It's like, hey, ice magic is fast. No, wind magic is fast. No, earth magic is fast. And they're all just messing with each other. You love to see it. Now, how do I get back? Oh, probably like this. I think I technically could just quit out of the stage, but like it feels better to use the return home portal. Well, that was pretty serendipitously timed. Let's take a 5-minute break here. Sorry, my brain turned off for a second there. Let's take a 5-minute break here. Please use this time to refill your beverage, go to the bathroom, anything that would take you approximately 5 minutes. I'll see you in about that long. return. Wrong button. I've already done high caves. So let's just go here. Do it a second time? Maybe I will. I've been thinking about if I were to get into speedrunning, it would probably be with this series, so maybe I will. I like that these rings are rainbow colored. Just like in general, I really appreciate like rainbow colored things. Okay, missing one plane. Hopefully it shows up while I'm torching the chests. Because if there's one thing I don't have an abundance of, it's spare seconds. Let's just go clockwise and see what happens. I did it! First try, heck yeah. Wizard Peak. Wizards are pretty peak. Hey look, it's VV Final Fantasy. Including the dark storm cloud perpetually raining on him. Don't be rude to Vivi. I'm not being rude, I'm just acknowledging that his life is, not the most pleasant one. At any point. That poor child exists purely to suffer.
Welcome to Wizard Peak. This is my favorite supercharged spot. Use it to bash those wizards.
It's like Spider-Man. It's like you can like Spider-Man and also acknowledge that like you would never ever want to live his life.
seen me.
I appear to be out of... What's the word? Sparks is dead. I have to actually be careful. Like, I don't think that health would... Oh, shoot. Right after I said... Well... I was gonna say, I don't think that health is quite the right word, because, like... It's not on Spyro, it's all on Sparks. So it's not that I'm out of Sparks, it's that Sparks is out of health on my behalf. Man didn't even run. I just walked up slowly and set him on fire. More egg thieves should simply accept their fate.
Listen carefully, Spyro. There's a secret area in the artisan's home world near the waterfall. Try jumping on the stones there.
Artisan's homeworld? Waterfall. Sounds good.
Very cool tip-off. If only I hadn't already found it. But if I hadn't, it would have been really cool. Let's get a little bit of supercharged power. There we go. I think to get over there, I might need the speed from multiple ramps. So let's simply get the speed from multiple ramps. All eggs, wonderful. And I'm going to guesstimate that I'm only missing 30 gems. And I'm going to guesstimate that that's where there are. Where there are? What? Where they are. Talking is difficult sometimes. And by sometimes I mean when you're me. Then again, who hasn't mumbled a little bit here and there? Probably most people. Okay, a bit over 30. Oh, all the way up there. Sneaky. So how do I get up there? Do I ramp off of this? I feel like I ramp off of this. I might be massively overthinking this. I was in fact massively overthinking it. I'm still missing a weird number of gems. I must have accidentally walked past some. No, I just simply never found my way up to that wizard. Luckily, Spark's radar OP. Back in the day in Spyro 3, I just wouldn't bother collecting gems until I unlocked Spark's radar. I did it. Like, it's such incredible quality of life. There's probably a boss fight left. Oh hey, Blowhard. That sounds like a boss fight. I feel like my frame rate is a little bit lower than normal in this world. Like, not by a huge amount, but like... at least a little bit. Perish in Dragonfire. Altair.
Thanks for releasing me, Spyro. You have no idea how long I've been trapped in Crystal. And, neither do I. Who are you again?
I'm out of here.
In game time, about 2 hours. Sorry, 3 hours, 15 minutes. IRL, a bit over a week. Because like Spyro just like got up and started moving the instant people got zapped. It's like they haven't been waiting around too long. Okay, that was a very slight mistake. That I almost repeated a second time. We'll just resume where we left off. And he's dead. I did it. I think I can move on now.
Thank you, Spyro, for recovering so many of our dragon eggs. Hop aboard for the Beastmaker's world if you're ready. Would you like to go?
Yeah, boss fights in this game aren't the most exciting. But like, it's not exactly meant to be a Souls-like, so I'm not gonna hold that against it. This world has a very swampy aesthetic. It reminds me a little bit of one of the first levels in Myst. The one where you had to like control the water pressure to proceed. Because like everything in that world was hydraulic, but there was only one pump. So you had to route the pressure to where the things you wanted to interact with were.
Nasty North is turning our swamp into an electrified junkie. And it used to be so beautiful.
I'm sure it was.
Dystopia? Not really dystopia, more like nowhere near as technologically advanced. So what technology was there was spread thin. Everybody needs water, only one person's allowed to have it. There's plenty of water, like tons and tons and tons of water. It's water pressure that there wasn't a lot of. The same thing? No, they're not. I've got a bottle of water on my desk right now. There's no pressure in it, but I can still use it to drink. I choose to believe that I just like grabbed that firefly and was just like, or butterfly, and was just like, hey, listen, you're the new Sparks. Live with it. It's like, listen, you belong to me now. Your job is to get between me and anything that could hurt me before it could hurt me, and let it hurt you. You know, when I say it out loud like that, I kind of feel like Spyro doesn't respect Sparks as much as he should. Like, I know that he thinks of him as, like, a friend and all, but, like... I don't have many friends where I would, like, routinely jump in front of bullets for them just because I like them that much. Yeah, you became friends with Sparks. Sparks will now die for you. Spyro 1 actually takes place, like, some time after the campaign of a Persona game, where he, like, maxed out Sparks' social link, and now Sparks will, like, deliberately, like, die in place of you. Let's see if we can get over there. We can get over there. It is endlessly amusing to me that the protagonists of Persona games are always so charismatic that within, like, 10 hangout sessions with the same person, they can convince them to lay down their lives for them. The boar has zoomies, so I kind of feel a little bit bad killing it. But it also has money, and I want that. It's like, your wealth is mine. Yield it to me and your suffering will be brief. Cletus.
Spyro, it's great to see you, but I gotta go.
I choose to believe that he's just paranoid about getting turned back into a statue. So he's like, hey, Spyro, great to see you. I'm going to ground. Let me know when Nasty Nork is dead. I'm missing probably 10 gems. You know, I just noticed that the name on the portal pops over to whichever side you're on. That's a nice detail. I feel like I might have just had the words on one side and that be the end of it. Right. I want to start with the raceway down the well, because otherwise I feel like it's the one I'm most likely to forget exists. Wild Flight. Let's go. I want to say there are 10,000 gems in the game before the bonus level. So I'm about 2/3 of the way through the game as a whole. I think that's how that works. that's not how that works. Oh, that's not good. I'm beginning to suspect that I will not be succeeding first try on this one. Or second try, I guess, because I've already failed to do it first try. This run is on life support. But like, if it works, I guess. Honestly, that went way better than I thought it would. I'm gonna start out killing all the boats, I think, see how that goes. Or not. Like, the obvious starting point is that arch. Or is it? Okay, I am just blundering this left, right, and center now. Okay, the last one is in that other room. Let's kill all the planes while I'm here. Missing that plane was not a good thing. Then again, does anybody ever miss a plane and consider it a good thing? Probably not. Okay, I'm going to be hard pressed if I get here. Yeah, it didn't quite work out the way I thought it would. They lined up in a way that was not convenient for me. When you try your best and you don't succeed. It's like I don't want to get too terribly close to the water, but like, I kind of have to in certain circumstances. Mostly to kill people who are in the water. Oh. Okay, that was just me, like, fumbling the controls really hard. Like, really hard. I went to breathe fire, and I charged instead, and everything went wrong from there. sorry. You perish. Okay, this is a really nice attempt. I got like 20 full seconds to find the last one. Oh yeah, I found the last one. I did it. You've been looking for about 10 minutes. Did you find what you were looking for? Or was that just like not looking for something? Lurking. Ah. Welcome. Pleasant to have you back. We're doing pretty well. My stomach was acting up earlier, but it seems to have stopped. Which makes me happy because I don't like it when my stomach's acting up. I also just spent a fair amount of time in that raceway. Though if you were looking, I guess you'd know that. Hope I'm enjoying the game. Always. I love Spyro. I bet that chicken wishes I wasn't playing the game. Unfortunately for it, I was. I like how there's a sign that says no skydiving. Well, now I have to. Okay, so it turns out that the sign was there for a reason. The reason being my own safety. What a tragic and unpreventable loss. Who needs safety? To be fair, I feel like if I was a dragon, I would have a greatly inflated sense of immortality. It's like, yeah, you've got bullets, but I've got dragon scales. Like, what on earth are you going to accomplish? Not lots. Not a lot at all. I like how those guys are just like hanging out in their little boxes. And I'm just like, you die now. For my health and prosperity. It's really a very draconic mindset when you think about it.
Watch out, Spyro. The North in these parts have discovered the power of electricity, and it really stings.
Oh shoot, I just remembered something. Like, totally random, but I actually made a variant avatar, specifically to play Spyro. Hold on, there we go. Now I'm cool enough to play Spyro. I actually totally forgot up until now. I had this thing ready yesterday. I had this thing ready last week. Just completely forgot. Like, I saw Bear's sunglasses and I was like, hold on a second. I have sunglasses too. Look at the fingers on that creature. They're very large.
Good job, Spyro. One day you'll be able to tell all the dragons about your amazing adventures.
Sure, but what I'd really like to do is get out of this swamp.
I wonder if Spyro's like me and greatly dislikes humidity. Humidity absolutely ruins my hair. Plus it makes me constantly feel sticky, which I hate. Because like I sweat, but then because the air is too saturated with water, it can't evaporate. So it just stays stuck to the surface of my skin. And like it's worse too when it's hot. Like, a lot of people are just like, oh, I prefer warm weather to cold weather. But like, if it's a little too chilly for your taste, you can put on more clothing and then just like adjust your own personal temperature to your taste. If it's really hot out, you can only go so far with removing clothing. Like at a certain point it stops being decent, and at a point shortly after that it stops being possible without great harm. Let's see, what am I missing? Oh, plenty of things actually. Not sure how to open these. They are rugged enough that I feel like I would need something tough to do it. Oh hey. I found something tough to do it. I was thinking like a supercharge or like a super flame. But just straight up a rocket? I take those. I happily take those. You're gonna head out? Have a wonderful night. Thanks for dropping by. Okay, how do I get up there? This feels like it should probably be significant, but I don't think it is. Just it's shiny and it's got writing on it, so I want to pay attention to it. Which, now that I think about it, kind of describes phone addiction. Okay, I know where to go, but I don't know how to get there. But figuring that out is the entire point of the game. I feel like getting up there is a good start. Now I got hiccups. What do you suppose the opposite of delightful is? Because that's what hiccups are. I don't think I could glide that far. May as well try it and see what happens. Oh hey. A thing to land on. We take those. Okay, let's go there next. And then the one on the ground. I did it. Oh, hold on. There's a seam here. Like, see what the platform that I'm standing on meets the wall here? You can look right through it and see out the other side. It's not quite flush. I probably got time for like 1 or 2 more levels. Probably 1. Though I'm technically not done for the night, once I wrap up. Misty Bog is not one that I've done before. I hope this isn't the one with the crazy jump, because if it is, I might not finish it tonight. I'll recognize the level immediately if it is, though. It's not. It's safe. The hardest jump in the original trilogy can't hurt me. I'm sad I can't get under the trap. I'd like to be in there. It's enticing. That awkward feeling when the radishes eat you. I don't think I've ever been a fan of radishes. Just the taste doesn't really appeal to me all that much. Then again, with most vegetables, usually if you have a distaste for them, it's because when you were a kid they were served to you boiled, which was definitely the case for me. But like from what I hear, if you like pan fry them with if you pan fry them with like a little bit of oil or butter and some seasoning, they can be delicious. But I'm hesitant to experiment. Because it's like, well, what if I didn't like it? Then I'd have like a whole bushel of radishes that I don't want.
Be on the lookout for attack frogs. They are cold-blooded killers.
Attack frogs?
And this used to be such a nice swamp.
If memory serves, frog biology is weird enough that when water freezes with them in it, they just freeze totally solid. And then when it thaws out, they just resume hopping like nothing happened. I think turtles and alligators do something similar, but for them it's less that they freeze solid and more that they have the means to survive in like hibernation long enough to be released. Speaking of surviving, Spyro hasn't. It's very tragic. But he lived. Like, I think what alligators and crocodiles do is they essentially put their snout outside of the water so they can breathe while it's frozen. And turtles just go to the bottom where it doesn't entirely freeze. And then they go into like a state where like they use extremely little oxygen. And they have like a biological process that can convert like a tiny bit of oxygen out of water without having to breathe. So they just rely on that to keep them alive.
Thanks for releasing me. It seems like I've been trapped in here since I was your age.
Oh, no.
Why? I remember, gotta go.
Yeah, with an old man monologue, we'd be here until I was his age. something kind of appropriate but also rude. Obviously, without Sparks, I can't use Sparks radar. It's a tragedy. I'm 30 years old, says old man in BN. What's BN? Also, if I was speaking French there, I don't know what I bonked off of, but it just killed me. If I was speaking French there, I would have just asked you, what's good? Like, eat to bien? I keep thinking about how I should probably brush back up on French. But then that thought is inevitably followed by, but I don't want to be good at French. Like, part meme and part... Well, actually, it's almost entirely meme. But, like, if you're not willing to let memes dictate the course of your life, then, like, what are you doing on the internet?
For releasing me.
The meme in Canada is that French Canadians are, like, really rude people. And maybe I've just had good experiences, but, like, the French people that I've met have all been actually quite pleasant. And I'm dead. Omelette du fromage. You're gonna make me hungry. I could really go for one of those. I'm actually low-key really hungry because I was nauseous all day, so I didn't eat much. And now that my tummy's settling down, it's just like, okay, listen. I know that I've been causing trouble all day, but like, now I'm making demands. So maybe I'll crack an egg for it later.
I'll tell you what to do with those creatures. Smash them, Spyro. Stamp them out and squish them and squash them.
How about charge them and flame them? We are dragons after all.
I like how the implication is meant to be that, like, it starts out kind of reasonable, but then becomes, like, more and more unhinged. But honestly, I feel like adding clarifying statements there made it less unhinged. It's like, you know what to do, Spyro. Smash them into submission. It's like, sir, this isn't that kind of game. Sparks is looking pretty green around the gills, but... Hopefully I won't take any more hits. Yeah. Words are hard. And that's everything. Wonderful. We were this close to greatness. It technically counts. A nice even 7,000 to round... Wait, what killed him? A nice even 7,000 to round out the night. So that's the end of Spyro for the night. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it each and every time. I'm not quite done for the night, though. That said, to continue my end scroll, so to speak. Next time I've got a scheduled stream is going to be on Friday. The game is going to be Lost Kingdoms. The next time I'm playing Spyro in particular is going to be on next Wednesday. That said, another friend of mine is streaming Helldivers 2. And I'm going to raid her, and then I'm going to join her. So, thank you so much if you need to go to bed or if your interest has otherwise waned. But otherwise, come along.